Hi, Kane. How are you?
Tamim, good, thanks, mate. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Firstly, thanks for doing this, Kane. This means a lot, especially you know that what's happening throughout the world,
Mm.
and so I really appreciate for you to joining me. And good. So let first tell me how's New Zealand doing?
Yeah, I mean, thanks for having me, Tamim, as well. And
Mhm.
obviously, it's a remarkable time in the world at the moment, and it seems that sort of every country's at quite different stages at trying to deal with this virus. So, my thoughts are with Bangladesh, and I certainly hope that they're able to stem the curve, as a lot of countries have put it, sooner rather than later. And also very sorry to hear about the cyclone that's come through, and I hope people there are healthy and positive.
Yeah, yeah, Kane. Yeah, the cyclone hit us, but it not as strong as what happened in Kolkata and in some part of India.
Okay.
But we are all right with the cyclone. But yeah, so I think New Zealand is doing well with especially with the cases regarding corona, right?
Yeah, I mean, at this point in time, I think we've had 4 days in a row where we haven't had a case. And I think from a country's perspective, we're fortunate in a lot of ways. Where we're an island with a very small population that has allowed us to sort of handle the situation really progressively, and we've been in lockdown for a period of time, and only in the last sort of week, I think we had maybe 6 weeks or so in lockdown, give or take. And the last maybe week where we've been able to get out, and it has proved to be really, really effective in slowing the spread of the virus to a point, like I say, where we haven't had cases for a few days now, which is great news for us. But it's a challenge for the world to take on together. So as we know, we all function together, and us with the country having achieved what we have is great, but we're certainly very aware of some of the challenges that other countries are having, and like I say, we're thinking of them.
Yeah, yeah, true, King, because you know the population here in Bangladesh is huge, and we, as a country size, we are not big enough, but we have a huge population. So
Mm.
the challenges we are facing at the moment is, and our government is facing, because uh, we have a daily earner. There are a lot of poor people who earns daily.
Mm.
So if you put the country in complete lockdown, the poor people will they will struggle for the with the food.
Yeah.
So what the government is trying to do is slowly trying to open some sector of businesses so that at least the poor can earn and at least they can survive. Because if you don't do this kind of thing, then
Mm.
there will be lot more cases, less cases through corona, and then a lot more through
That's right. Yeah.
hunger.
Yeah.
So yeah, the situation is not great, as you know, but
Yeah.
I'm happy that New
Shame.
Zealand is doing well.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
so
Thanks for that.
uh, Ken, I've told you this over the phone. The reason I do this is just to keep people happy for an hour, so at least they can see us and share. We can share our stories, and this is the reason I've started doing this live session. I've done it with a lot of international cricketers. I've done it with Virat, Rohit, and Faf, and then it's obviously you and my Bangladeshi teammates. So I'll start. I have a few questions for you. It's nothing serious, all about cricketing stuff, and then we'll get started with it. The first question to you is, Kane, is Brandon McCullum left a legacy in New Zealand team. He was a fantastic captain, and uh, and then you have to took over. It's a similar situation with me and Mash, where Mash has done really well as a captain, and then I just got appointed now. So, what are the challenges you faced when you first took over as a captain? This is what I wanted to know.
Yeah. I think you mentioned that Mish and Brendan both led superbly well for such a long period of time. And from my perspective, it was a great opportunity to learn a lot from Brendan, and And a lot of that, I think, is naturally by being sort of in the presence and seeing how the team operates. And then, I think that the challenges when Brendan left, you were obviously you're now playing without him as a player and as a leader, and so it's sort of twofold. I'm sure Mish is still playing, so that's helpful. And one of the challenges, I guess, was we were continuing as a group, and we wanted to continue to grow, and as we all know, people get older, and you're trying to adapt with the people and the personnel that you have, and there's just always change, and sort of embracing that change. You need to be, I believe, authentic with your approach to leadership, and certainly tried and continue to try to do that to the best of my ability, but also as you have